AskReddit by hungry, tired and bored. What show has no likable characters? Toddlers and tiaras. I don't like the parents and just pity the kids. I watched the only season of the Miss TV series and I was rooting for the Miss to kill everyone. This show had so much potential with such an extremely easy foundation to build off of and they just tanked it from the very start. Today in Parliament. I like Larry the cat. How to get away with murder. It's a slow burn on hating every single character. From the very start, there is maybe one likable character and as the series reaches its climax, every single character becomes an unlikable mythomaniac sociopath. I liked Annalise's mother. Everyone else was terrible. K-Lau. The premise of that abomination has got to be, how can we make the audience of a kids show root for cancer? Veep was very funny, but I really did not want any of the characters to succeed. I don't know, Marjorie and Richard Split both seem like awesome humans. I think their only downfall is getting intermingled with the rest of them. Also, I think that's one of the funniest shows ever made. Succession. They are all awful people. The second I clicked this post, I had Succession in mind. Then yours was the first comment. Tiger King. Everyone who was missing a body part was quite nice. My Big Fat Fabulous Life. Just the worst. I haven't watched that one in ages. How is she doing? Last time I saw it she was scammed by a long distance boyfriend or something. How to Get Away with Murder. I couldn't stand any of them. Season 1 when they were genuinely just a bunch of college kids who badly fucked up wasn't too bad. Maybe not straight up likable but I was able to sympathize with them a little. Anything after that just snowballed into a horrible mess with horrible people and took out what little redeeming qualities the characters had. Riverdale. You obviously just don't understand the epic highs and lows of high school football. Lena Dunham's Girls. I always feel like smacking some sense into all the characters. Right. They all treat each other and everyone else like shit. The View. Technically they aren't characters but close enough. Oh dear god. I used to work in a store where one of my co-workers would turn that show on every single day. It was consistently despicable. Zoe 101. I used to watch this show a lot whenever I was a kid. Now when I look back at it, I realize that most of the characters are very superficial, act judgment towards people outside of their social circle and are extremely selfish and inconsiderate most of the time. Zoe is also a very unlikable protagonist who always acts like a spoiled bitch if she doesn't get her way. Her constant use of eye rolling was always very annoying to watch, and Jamie Lynn Spears doesn't make any effort to at least try to make Zoe sympathetic when dealing with a problem. Well, apparently Jamie Lynn was super mean in real life too, so that tracks. The actress who played Nicole has come out over the last several years with some stories about how horribly she was treated. Pretty much every character in the last couple seasons of Sons of Anarchy was absolutely insufferable. Chips was okay, pretty much everyone else got what they deserved. Later seasons of The Walking Dead, after they started systematically getting rid of nearly everyone from the OG cast, especially Rick, his departure is where I draw the line, but also, Herschel, Glenn, the pastor etc. I couldn't care less about these new one. Their personality was as deep as a spoon. Killing Carl messed everything up. He was supposed to last until the end if they went by the comics. The actor even asked if he would stay alive for a while, was told yes, bought a house near filming and then was immediately killed off. This led the actor playing Rick into leaving because he felt like Rick's largest motivation, Carl, dying took away Rick's place and meaning in the show. Glee. There are some characters that are okay though. But seriously, if I could go into the universe of any show, I would go into Glee just so I can fucking murder Rachel Berry. I like Sue purely because Jane Lynch is an absolute acting genius in Glee. I quit watching Sons of Anarchy because if a cruise missile would have hit the clubhouse and killed every single member of the bike club, I would have stood up and clapped. I hated every character on that show. It gets my vote. The first season of Mad Men is pretty brutal. They're all pretty big assholes. While It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia is hilarious and easily quotable, none of the main characters are likable in real life and have no redeeming qualities. I don't recall ever sympathizing with their characters. Isn't kind of the whole idea the creators had is that it's the anti-sitcom? I.e. most sitcoms have pretty, likable people, living in nice apps that their jobs really couldn't afford, hanging out in fancy coffee shops, and they're always the hero of the story. Whereas ISIP, they are horrible people, running a dive bar, living in shitty apps, and ruining the lives of everyone around them. Keeping Up with the Kardashians. This and the whole wave of reality shows that have the watch these rich assholes be fucking annoying premise, Real Housewives, Selling Sunset, etc. Fear the Walking Dead. I was actually rooting for the zombies. Cheer the Walking Dead. Grey's Anatomy. This show used to be so fucking amazing, but the characters now are the same whiny annoying people. It's literally 20 of the same characters that have no personality. Edit. Can Amelia die already? I can put up with weird unbelievable plots, but I just couldn't stand it after Christina left. It felt like the creativity was sucked out. Shameless. There are a few that get close to being passable human beings for short periods, but never likable. Came here to say this. Love the show, but in the family they all take turns at improving and just fall back. Although Kev and V are very likable. Euphoria. I can't connect with anyone. They are all pretty awful to the point I couldn't finish the first season. Came here to say Euphoria. Everyone is awful. Maybe except for Rue's mom and little sister. White Lotus Season 1. Agree, but the son wasn't bad though. At least he had a nice character arc and was the only one who seemed to transcend everyone else's vapidity by the end of the season. Curious George. He needs to learn figure his shit out and the man in the yellow hat needs a visit from child services. Terrible Wona. Ozark. Everyone's selfish. I desperately wanted Wendy to turn on her kids in an effort to gain more power and Marty to kill her and end our misery as viewers.